Hello there. So in this video, I want to go over actual stylizations of photo with using AI, and specifically MidJourney AI. The recent model changed something, and we'll try to go look on this. What I done, I created an image, and I gone through over a lot of different tests. How the image work, what words put, what combination, how they interact, how we can create, so that I can create a different styles of the photo. And as a subject, I decide to select as photo of a border collie of my dog. And this specific photo here all in the snow because it was playing in a park in the snow. It's kind of fun time, but the reason is why, because MidJourney by default going to work with the face of the human, and I will show you later what I mean by this. So if we take some different subject, like for example dog, and try to apply to styles, sometimes if you don't do right way, you can come up with quite a bit funny result. Okay, so we'll look on this in a second, but here's our photo of the subject, what we're going to do. And the main three things we need to know when we apply it. One, of course, it is types of medium what we're going to use. And as a medium, we have it watercolor, acrylic, we have it oil painting, and all these different ink pen and other ones. So we'll see the one of the style applied. Beside that, we have it also the painting type of the styles, which is can be impressionism, it's going to be cubism, photorealism, and so on. So all these different type of the stylizations. And of course, type of painting subject, when you have a portrait, panoramic, landscape, and other ones. Those one type of the subject we kind of will look, but not as much, because we'll focus mostly on the portraits. That's what we're going to do with this. But two main things we need to look at the painting mediums, so we can apply the correct this one, and painting styles. And in this video, I will going from line what I was using, because I don't want to spend all these hours that I spent before run through all of this different permutations. So we'll go over styles. I'll show you strings that I was using, and my suggestions from experience, what I can do. If you have any additional kind of suggestions from your experience, I greatly appreciate it if you post comment and tell me what you was done. Okay, so let's go start with our image. And first what did I uploaded image, and to upload the image you just need to go click, if you're on the Discord plus, upload file, then you select file and click enter, and this is upload your image. This is important because we need to reference this image in our work, and you can see right here we have a path to this image. To get path to this image, just click on a photo, and when it's open, right click and copy image address on a Windows, or you can go to the copy image, will be on a Mac, or if you're on a mobile device, it will be click on a share, and from share you can go and click on a copy image. So then you will have a path to this image directly. Okay, so what I was trying to do, I put a path and it says oil painting. As I said before, this is strange things about MidJourney, because MidJourney by default think you're working with the portraits of the humans. Even I have a portrait of the dog that easy identified by any AI. You can see right here. One is okay, oil, but this is like a bestiality. I don't know what you can call, but it is morphing between human face and dog. And one of the probably biggest complaint about when you start creating portrait, MidJourney, it's I don't want to say racistic because it's AI, but it is prioritize female, young age, white. Okay, that is for some reason. They don't have it any variations, they don't have it any other things. And this is very interesting to me, because if you look on Earth populations, we have it Asian the most population, and after this other different variety of races, people, skin color, and everything. But for some reason, MidJourney do give it priority for the white young females. So whatever you've done, and that is just keep it in mind. It's I think in the future maybe rework, but it is high priority. So whatever, like right here, we downloaded image with dog. You can see what's happening. I take young white female girl and morph with our face. So it does prioritize, and this is, keep in mind. So this is oil painting. If we gone with same with water painting, exactly the same effect. You can see right here we do receive some of the watercoloring effect, but same things, morphing faces to this stained glass. That is a little bit more look like stained glass, but a couple maybe be okay, like right there, working cell shading. And this is my experiment, was just with a single descriptions. So I try to, on the first step, I try to put a just single description and see how well it's work. We also have it our abstract going on, which kind of can be interesting as well. And when I try to put it ink pen, you can see it's created dog with a ink pen. So it's take very literally. And this is another thing, keep it in mind. When you try to apply style, it's not necessarily understand you want to go with a style, because AI, what it does, it's take text, take apart, and by the way, try to merge together. And right here we have a poor dog stick head and a pen stick, ink pen stick in the same mouth. Sorry, that is it. Poor dogs. Okay. So couple things you need to also think with it. If you're using version 4, something does not work together. So what does not work together? It is if you set priority in image, if you set the weight of specifically, if you work more than one image, if you have two different images, then it's work only with one image at current situation. So you'll need to do in version 3, which I'll show you later, or other things. Okay, so same thing. So we try with oil painting, all the stuff. This is, by the way, it's a Niji, and this is, I like how MidJourney does, because if you can open your own personal channel with a MidJourney when you do a process, you also can open another board, your personal, just a Niji board, and that's what I have it. Like right here is my Niji board, where I type, and I don't need worried about going settings and change, the flag. I have two different channels run just specific for anime style, and one is what MidJourney generic run. But anyway, so this is, but you can also just specify if you need it in your main channel, Niji, which is a new library anime. And it is still kind of try to blend together with human faces. Okay, so right here you can see I just as example, put two different images. This is an invalid parameter. And if you read the documentation, it actually says this in version 4, support only one image right now. So we have it our abstract art. And also other things, you can notice what I done. I start at all painting style. So if you say, okay, let's say I want to specify this just as a style working. And as a style, it's still do exactly the same, because how way it work. It doesn't matter if you use it abstract or this style, or you're using like in double quotes, like right here, you're using the double quotes oil style. It does not look as a style oil. It's still separated and look exactly the same as before. And also other things what I noticed with a new model of MidJourney happening, then if you specify like painter's name, I don't know, maybe they did on purpose, I don't know what they've done, but it's changed currently. If you apply like Leonardo da Vinci, it does not necessarily look on a style or Rembrandt style. Even you says it's stuck and try apply Rembrandt in my picture, so it's emerging. I wish they have a specific tag for the stylization, not necessarily for the object oriented or subject, more for the stylization and specific area. But we'll come to this, how we can work around and specify later on this. So right here, modernism paint, and you can see it's kind of a little bit more apply. And things what I find out, the words that is does not represent specific subject, but a stylization by itself, like cubism, impressionism, expressionism, modernism, and other ones, they will apply as a style. So if I need just modernism, you can say it's applied to my picture. So this is kind of nice. Again, this is tied with a double quote. We have a same result. Sometimes this is, I think it's more as a random result kind of applied, but it is happening. Here's what I was saying about literally exception. Like for example, I put a different name of the styles. This is, I think, watercolor styles. different all artists who created, and it's what happening. It just start merging their faces into the border color. It does not apply style of the painting. And this is happening, I think, with latest updates and model with MidJourney, and I think it's something to do with the people. Some artists, digital artists, was complaining about MidJourney copy the style and everything. And okay, let's go back to this. And right here, same Leonardo da Vinci, you can say it's implement the face. Okay, here is what become a little bit more with stylization, if you're interested in this, and that is when we have it border color specify. For example, a beautiful painting of border colors. So I specify what I wanted. Even my image will use it as a reference of the border color, how it's posing, how it's look, all the stuff, the sizes. But I specify now the subject, and this is what I find very important if you do stylization. Doesn't matter if you have a picture of the flower, you need to specify a picture of the flower, and after we can have it specified on a canvas, no frame, no borders, which is many times it does work, or ignore it. Oil painting, classic, and I specify oil, and you can see it does have this brush stroke. It does work more as a oil painting in this case. Okay, let's go next. Same things, was a beautiful painting, canvas, number borders, and now I applied stylizations. After, you can notice this is my main subject. Okay, and in style Leonardo da Vinci and all this oil painter, classic artist, and we can see right here it does kind of apply with a little bit lighting, so it's work much better in this case. And we're getting a little bit better examples. So right here, just one word I was using also, like impressionism, and you can see again, if you're using one single style, like describing the stylization, impressionism, which does not have an actual physical object that it can reference to this, so it will apply, and it does a very good job in this case. Expressionism work this, but we still have it blending with human. Even actually on impressionism, you can see right here it is try to blend with a human figure overall. Okay, surrealism, that is kind of, actually I do like, it's kind of funny things. Lens distortion does all that stuff. Okay, when we do pop art, it's a very obvious blending with human faces. This is without specifications of the border color. It's what I was doing before. And if you try to just specify like oil without oil painting, you'll get it border color inside the oil. I don't know if it's good, like right here, maybe oil rig, I don't know what it, but it's kind of get very funny. The same watercolor color, another test mode, gouache, all this test of the pastel, different stylizations. And then one other thing was kind of funny. Of course, spray paint, it just put it spray paint with border color, so it does not. But if you type like Polaroid, not Polaroid, old photos, you have a poor border color stuck inside the Polaroid camera. Okay, I think it's kind of funny. Sad poor dog. Okay, so let's go a little bit more to the descriptive now. You find that when you create words, if word represents some other object, whatever, then AI will merge them together. So you need a descriptive kind of put it in. Like for example, a beautiful painting of border color on a canvas, impressionism. So I explain it, impressionism, and you can see it does much better work. You could put it some different name tag Geiger or other styles, and it will try to merge those styles together, which is work in some cases, but again, you need a little bit more play with this stylization specifically, so it's kind of work very well together. Look, right, next one, you also can specify no humans, no people tag. That is will kind of exclude from the weight some of this, and in some cases, like right here, pop art border color, notice I did specify border color, but I also specify no human, not people, and this is help to avoid some of this kind of merging faces. So if we have it negative tags, and negative tags, okay, let's go back right here, you can see now we have it a little bit more the image that I was uploaded with a like pop art, some colorization, another going on in a way I want it without affecting. So for example, if I put it flowers and I see flower was mixing with something else, then I will probably put a no tag to remove that stuff. So don't just include, also using your exclude tags as well. Okay, and right here, same things with watercolor. One thing I noticed, for some reason in watercolor, almost all the add the names, and names is what I'm typing in. Even you, for example, says no people, again, it's add the names from what I put it, like watercolor, it's just mixed all these weird words. Even you creating, for example, I add like no text, I'll show you in a second, it still does this. Okay, right here, same in Impressionism. Again, try to create as a people. Pop art, beautiful pop art painting, again, work very well if you descriptive language. Okay, let's go to right here, for example, what I was saying, no watermarks or no text, and it's still putting in. I think it does not work very well algorithm at this point with a text inclusion. And another test on a cubism, you can see how it's applied. So the beautiful picture of border collie, cubism, other things. Next, let's look on a different type of the styles. And if you remember, we have it painting mediums, and we also have it painting style. And style stylization was mixed by artists who created, and like, for example, expressionism, modernism. It is not media, it's applied to the stylization of this. And if you're interested on some of the stylizations, I will post a few links to different webs. We're kind of showing you expressionism or the modernism, also type of the painting. This maybe help you because it's have it also going on the painting styles, what you have at surrealism, pop art, explain what it is, as well as some painting medias. And many times you can just copy from their stylizations and use it this way. As well, a link to another sites which have the most popular type. We have it abstract, art deco, all the stuff, even kind of poop if you want it, you know. And you can look on all these stylizations. They're not necessarily representative properly, in my opinion, but it's personal. For example, Barocco, it's not style of the painting and era when it was created, but they try classified, and hopefully this somewhat visually will help you. Okay, and this is hopefully will help you to find out what stylization you need to use it. Next, let's go look what we have, the watercolor, and I applied also texture of the paper. That does help. So for example, if you descriptive more on a media you're using, that will create better effect. I noticed watercolor was okay, but when I had the watercolor paper texture and everything, it did create actually better, and you can see slightly of coloring, little better texturing effect. So you need more descriptive on a media, not just it's watercolor media. You need says, okay, it's a heavy paper or whatever, describe a little bit better what you needed. Okay. Next, same things with watercolor, and here we come more to different stylization. And style can be different ways. Style can be what artists created, or that created by specific civilizations, you know, when they're going, like, or specific nation, how they're growing to develop. For example, Hakhlama, it's a Russian style. We have it. I have the Mughal style or a Mudakhabai style or other ones. And right here you can see it. I was applied some of the stylizations to this. Some of them work very well. Some of them does not work well. And I will show you some tips what I was kind of playing around a little bit in a second. And right here, this is all different time applied, Tompas, all this different type of stylization was applied. And with stylization, I found kind of interesting actually. With other ones, I put it on a bag, but I found if you put them up front, they actually work a little bit better. For example, I says of Varley painting of the beautiful image of border collie, or for example, right here, a Haklama painting of the dog or something. So you describe first the style and after subject. And in this case, when you are addressed to someone, it actually work a little bit better in this creating some of these stylizations. So in this case, require style painting of border collie. So I have a stylization. That was my priority. I put it, and it actually worked a little bit better. And you can see in this way, it does apply that stylizations very nice. Just to compare, how much image is affecting, and I think by default it's about half 50.5 weight. It's like half weight is affecting what image looking. Because if I go just Kaklama directly in border collie, this is what I'm getting straight out without using any image as a reference to this. Okay, and if I try to same even set like weight 2 point on Kaklama style, I'm getting something like this, but it does not necessarily change all of the image, but it does apply some dress or some other effect to the border collie, to the image itself. And right here, example. And you can see some stylization on the hair, stylization on the tongue, which is kind of look weird. Here's another thing what you can try to, and I was kind of experimenting with this. I think it's nearly a bit more done with this. You can just going like here says Kaklama style of border collie, and it's a Kaklama style border collie. And I described the colors because originally did not give me a right coloring. I think right here wasn't given right color because Kaklama using three primarily color. It's a black, red, and gold, and it's going in this combination here. So I need to specify those coloring. And what I did next, I actually take this image up large, one of the image, and I use it version 3 because version 3 allowed us to take two images and merge them together, and that's what I tried to do. It is again one experiment, and you can see right here it's not necessarily what I wanted because we downgrade to version 3. Version 3 does not necessarily model is not as good as version 4, but same Kaklama border applied. And we can see right here image, which is next I upscale. Next I take the reference of this image that upscale and apply Kaklama style and do in version 4. So it's kind of creating, but the problem is with this, it's a border color. So look at this, and honestly I don't think it's actually reference original photo very well. It's just like another image you can create it. So that is kind of my experimenting. General, what I want as a tips and points for you, what I once said, if you use it stylization, I found just if you create describe stylizations like impressionist painting of the subject when you have the reference to the photo, this is my best result I was achieved when I created this way. So take an image, import image. After you reference image, put it, for example, Marhal style painting of border collie, and that is what gave me the best result. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give us thumbs up, subscribe, share this video. It's helped me to get more views on this video, which has helped me to produce more videos as well for you. If you have any subject you want to know, please post, let me know, and have a great day.